Could WWE be planning a surprise return from somebody who's been medically disqualified from wrestling? Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to talk about that plus so much more on this episode of The Ango Show. Welcome back to TAS. I want to kick things off with Asuka. If you guys watch WWE Raw, she was not part of the Queen of the Ring tournament because it was announced that she was injured. Now there is actually some details on this. Fightful Select have reported that they have been able to confirm that Asuka's injury is legitimate and the former WWE Women's Tag Team Champion was, in fact, at last night's WWE Raw. She was obviously replaced by Dakota Kai. Now, in regards to Asuka's injury, nobody's really exactly sure what type of injury it is, how long she will be away from TV, how long she'll be out for in general, whether or not she'll appear in TV and just not get physically active. It's a really tough situation across WWE and AEW, really just in wrestling in general. It seems like right now the wrestling industry has caught another injury bug. Which is obviously very unfortunate because when you look at Asuka and you look at the women's division on Raw, and obviously things just got shaken up due to the draft, it's, you know, she's considered one of the top women members of the roster. Rhea Ripley's not on. Now Asuka's not on. This is an opportunity for WWE to try and build up some new women's stars. When you look at the women's division, you got Liv Morgan and Becky Lynch going to Jeddah, Saudi Arabia for their match for the Raw Women's, the WWE World Women's Championship. You see how that's being worked in, and obviously they got the stuff with Damage Control going after Becky. That's cool, but, you know, now you got somebody new like Lyra Valkyria. Yeah, she won her first match with the Queen of the Ring. How far does WWE plan on pushing her? How exactly do they plan on going about this? I don't know. But I think there's got to be a ladder, like a metaphorical ladder, I should say, where people, you know, when you look at the men's mid-card, right, and you see that these people are being positioned as a big deal even when they're not competing for a championship. That needs to be applied to the women's division. And in some aspects, it already is being applied, but not consistently. So when somebody like Asuka, who's a top talent as part of a big faction, and she's not on television and she's injured, you got to have somebody assume that role. And obviously, you know, we'll see how WWE does it. But the injury bug sucks. If you guys watch my videos and you know I talk about injuries, there's nothing you could really say that makes it better. But health before wealth. So as always, Asuka, hopefully you get better and come back soon. I want to turn our attention to Ricochet. You might remember him as this guy right here, Prince Puma from Lucha Underground. And there's a very specific reason as to why I'm showing this image, because after WWE Raw, Ricochet had dropped a video, WWE doing like a backstage interview type of thing with Ricochet. And it talks about change. Obviously, Ricochet is not happy about losing. Now, I don't know what the hell is happening here because WWE just had Ricochet win the WWE Speed Championship. And that's obviously not crossing over into the main roster stuff. But Ricochet's WWE Speed Champion. And WWE Speed, he's obviously won the tournament. But on the WWE main roster, he's very inconsistent with wins and losses. And obviously, there is a greater story being told here. Now, with this backstage little segment thing that's being uploaded, it makes me feel like Ricochet is actually going to be undergoing a character change. You know, he very much says that, like, it's not working, right? And, like, change is coming. And, like, these things that are being talked about here, Ricochet is actually one of the guys on the roster who would benefit from a character change. And I put Prince Puma up here because I think that should be the route that they go. Not that Ricochet needs to wear a mask or needs to become Prince Puma, but when you look at that character and, you know, let's just call it what it is. Ricochet is a incredible talent. He's a phenomenal talent. I think sometimes you could look at Ricochet and see that maybe he doesn't have the promo skills that other guys do. I don't think his promos are bad by any means, but the thing about the Prince Puma character is that's not what the character was about. It's not about cutting promos. If you guys didn't watch Lucha Underground, you may not understand what I'm saying, but Prince Puma was one of the coolest things I have seen in pro wrestling. And it was a really cool part of Lucha Underground. And I want to see part of that come to WWE. You know, WWE has done a really good job with their presentation and the backstage vignettes and things like that. If you have Prince Puma there and you give him a mouthpiece, you can make this a really cool angle for Ricochet. I like this guy, man. He's talented. He's super talented. And the idea of a character change or maybe a heel turn, it could be a really good thing for Ricochet, because I feel like for such a long time in WWE, since he's been in WWE, regardless of the regime, it's just Ricochet's an exciting and fast high flyer. He's a great wrestler. I do feel like in a sense, there needs to be a little bit more of an identity or a little bit more of a purpose for him. So I would like to see some sort of change. He's teasing some sort of change. I mean, which route do you go? I don't know. I'm thinking the Prince Puma thing could be really cool. How can WWE make that work since Prince Puma was a Lucha Underground thing? Yeah, I'm sure there's going to have to be some changes to it, but I would look to that for inspiration for sure. Look for more information. Look for more inspiration from Corey Graves, because Corey Graves might actually be returning to wrestling. Who knows? I don't know. His brother, Sam Adonis, posted a video on social media a few months back. Myself and WWE Graves had a bit of a sparring session. He still got it. One of these days, wink face emoji. Now, the clip is only 21 seconds long. Sam Adonis is obviously doing some great things in Mexico, but he is the brother of Corey Graves. And I don't know if you guys know this or not, but last year, you know, maybe you're newer to the channel, you didn't see this, but last year there was rumors that Corey Graves got, you know, medically cleared. And obviously WWE has yet to put him in the ring. I don't know if Corey Graves will ever come back to the ring in WWE, but what I do think is a very big possibility, if you want to go this route, WWE very well could have Corey Graves do a one-off feud. He enjoys doing commentary. It looks like he wants to do commentary. I don't think he has an itch to get back in the ring, as many people would say. I also don't know if Corey Graves entering the ring as a full-time professional wrestler for WWE makes much sense. This guy has completely become one of the best commentators there. There's a reason why him and Michael Cole and you know, just when you look at them and what they've done, like, you could tell that Corey Graves is a big part of WWE's future, especially as a commentator. Now he's doing like the lead play-by-play. So what I like to think with Corey Graves especially is that, you know, if you want to give him a one-time feud while he's on commentary, you know, a lot of people cut their promos. They talk shit about what the commentators are saying. Use that as a way to set up a storyline. Corey Graves could have a one-time feud. Then he could do commentary, you know, right after. And literally what I'm saying is, like, it's just a one-off. Maybe you give him a WrestleMania moment out of respect because of the fact that his career was cut short. I don't know. But it wouldn't be a bad idea for, like, Corey Graves versus Pat McAfee at WrestleMania. That's what I'm talking about. That level of one-off. I'm not talking about anything crazier than that. But I hope he does at least at one point get back in the ring. It'd be cool. Otherwise, I totally understand. I don't know why his brother is teasing this, but we'll see what comes out of it. So you guys let me know what you think down below. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the Ango Show.